start to wonder, would they risk going for 2 points or would they play for overtime? You just don't know. Tight formation here. Salter in the shotgun. Going to keep it himself after he fakes the handoff to Lucas, and he wanders into the end zone for a touchdown to bring Liberty within 1 at 28-27.
Wow, what a change of events. And, penalties in crucial times. And, for UMass, they looked as if they were going to turn Liberty over on downs that time, take over the ball, leading 28-21, and pass interference on Lake Ellis gives Liberty more life and able to get into the end zone, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
Colin Karhu will come on to try that. And the kick is up, and it is good, and we have a tie ball game with 3:49 to go. Bad news is it's tied. The good news is the Minutemen have 3 timeouts and a chance to regain the lead as they'll receive the kickoff after this timeout. 28 all, 3:49 to go. Stay with us on the UMass Sports Network from Learfield. It's been a good one in Amherst, 28-28 UMass and Liberty. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the UMass Sports Network from Learfield.
WHMP Northampton and WRSI HD2 Turners Falls, WHMP.com, a Northampton Radio Group station.
Liberty just completed an 8-play, 65-yard, 3-minute, 19-second drive. As Salter ran it in after the drive was extended by a UMass pass interference penalty. So here comes the kickoff. Harding's got it at the 5 to the 10, up the right side, 15, 20. And he's knocked out of bounds at about the 21, 22-yard line. So, Matt, you've got 2 inexperienced quarterbacks who have been in pretty even rotation in this game. You're in a tie ball game with 3:43 left to go. The Minutemen have run the ball at will. You got all 3 timeouts, so it's going to be very interesting to see how Shane Montgomery, the offensive coordinator, and head coach Don Brown piece this together.
And we've seen a lot more Hairston in the second half, and Hairston, more of the passing quarterback, gives UMass that option as well, as Hairston will jog onto the field right now for the maroon and white. So we'll see. It'll give the option to be able to run the ball with whoever's in the backfield as well as throw the ball with Hairston.
Hairston 9 of 17, 109 yards through the air. He does have a rushing touchdown. And they'll hand it off. It's Jalen John who lurches forward for about 1 yard. Clock running with 3.5 minutes to go in this tie ball game.
Well, and that's something to keep an eye on as well, Adam, with Liberty and UMass each with 3 timeouts left. And, if and when do either side start to call timeouts, whether it's on offense or on defense?
2nd and 8 from the 24. Minutemen sent 2 receivers to the near side left, tight end to the right. Hairston fakes the handoff, throws left. It's dropped. Harding was there, but a good play by the defender, Dexter Ricks, to break up that play. And that one thing that does is stop the clock with 3 minutes to go and sets up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, stops the clock. Ball was thrown a little bit low for Harding that time, and a good defensive play right there coming over the top of Harding to also knock that ball away.
3rd and 8 for the Minutemen, who are 5 out of 10 on 3rd down today. 3 minutes to go. Game is tied at 28. Minutemen need to get to about the 32-yard line to convert. 3 receivers to the near side left, 1 to the right. And a blitz look from Liberty. Hairston with pressure, floats it down the left side for Golban, who makes a diving attempt, and he is out of bounds. He caught it around the 50-yard line, but the ball sailed. He couldn't get his feet down, and for the 3rd time this half, Liberty comes up with a 3 and out.
Yeah, and again that time, Hairston just holds on to the ball just a little bit too much, and we've seen that twice now, that it's forced the receiver out of bounds. If he throws it on the timing route that he should have, the ball comes out. Golban comes in bounds with that. It's a 1st down for UMass. He held on to it for that split second. Now it's incomplete. UMass forced a punt into the wind here on 4th down.
C.J. Kaloji's 3rd punt. His last one was 71 yards. And this one is a short kick that hits at the 46 of Liberty, rolls inside the 40 to the 35, still tumbling inside the 35, to about the 33-yard line, and that's where Liberty's going to take over. In a tie game, 2:42 to go. They have 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning available to them, and they have really gone to town offensively here in the second half. They have 393 total yards this game, 344 for the Minutemen. Liberty's run for 279 yards. They're ready to go, and UMass is trying to huddle up between the change of possession.
Well, big time for UMass to get that opportunity defensively. We saw at the end of the first half, forcing a turnover. They have 2 takeaways today. Can they get a third here on this drive, Adam?
2 receivers to the near side right. Tight end comes in motion from left and right. And they'll hand it off to Cooley. He dances his way across the 25, but it's a short run. They haven't been able to bottle him up. In on that tackle for UMass was Jalen Hudson. Gain of about 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7 from the 36-yard line. Clock running, 2:20 to go. Liberty not in any particular hurry right now. 2 receivers near side right, tight end left, 1 back. They'll hand it to Cooley around left end, where he is met for a gain of only 1 or 2, as they did a good job holding contain on that side. Jalen Stewart, the tackle, 2:03, 2:02, 2:01. And we hit the 2-minute warning with a 3rd and 5 for Liberty at their own 38. A 28-28 tie, UMass and Liberty. We'll have the conclusion when we come back to McGurk Alumni Stadium on the UMass Sports Network from Learfield.
A proud tradition that dates back to 1879. It's Massachusetts football with former UMass place kicker Matt Goldstein and the voice of the Minutemen, Jay Burnham.
I'm Adam Frenier with Matt Goldstein and Nathan Strauss on the sidelines, Andy Bukowski in the studio. 2 minutes to go. UMass and Liberty locked in a 28-28 tie. This was a game that UMass jumped out to a lead in. It led 20-7 at halftime. Liberty scored twice in the 3rd quarter to make it 21-20. The Minutemen hit a touchdown and a 2-point conversion on an Ahmad Haston run earlier this quarter. Mazzotti had the 2-point conversion. And then back came Liberty with their quarterback Salter running one in.
Aided by that pass interference call on 4th down.
You had to remind me about that, Matt.
I mean, that was just a heartbreaker for UMass. Looked like they were coming off the field with the 4th down stop. Gives Liberty life, and they score a touchdown.
3rd and 5 from the 38. 3 receivers to the near side left as Liberty goes from right to left with the wind at their backs. Salter in the shotgun formation. The running back is Cooley. It's a pass. Floats over the middle. It might have been tipped at the line. It's incomplete.
Luce Julian once again. Pressure in the backfield. And Luce Julian moves 3. A great little swim move. Jumps up in the passing lane of Kaidon Salter. Tips the ball. And UMass defense holds.
Mobley knocked it down, or couldn't catch it as the pass was knocked down. And Morgan, the punter, has to come on. And the Minutemen need to be darn careful not to jump off sides on 4th and 5 right here, because that would be a 1st down for Liberty. Morgan punts it away. It's a tumbling kick. Hits at the 22. Harding's going to take it, and he's spun backwards inside the 10. He's taken down at the 7, but he was in a tough position there. If he lets it go, it's going to the 1. If he does catch it, that's maybe what's going to happen is he played it on the bounce.
Yeah, it was another one that it was with the wind at the back, so the punt returner playing further back, and the ball was a short punt, so Harding had to come up, and it didn't take a quick bounce to him. It bounced up high. He had to wait, and so as the gunner is coming and closing in on him, Harding pulls in the ball. The ball actually kind of slipped a little bit out of Harding's hands, kind of pulled it out. It was a nice job of him being able to recoup the ball back into his body and just take what you can get. But now, Adam, if you're UMass, you got 1:44 to go, ball on your own 10-yard line. You got an opportunity to go down the field and win this game.
And the last time the Minutemen were in a similar situation last year against New Mexico was Ahmad Haston leading it. This time it's Hairston who's starting this drive out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff, throws right. Harding's got it across the 20 to the 25, and he'll pick up the 1st down on the gain of 15. And the Minutemen able to at least get out from behind their goal, in front of their goal line. 1:35 in the clock running, Matt.
Yeah, a little bit of breathing room. The clock stopped momentarily to move the sticks, and now it's winding again.
Twin receivers to either side and one back as the shadows start to creep in on this cool, breezy day in Amherst. Hairston takes the shotgun snap. Going to float one down the left side into double coverage. It's incomplete. A diving Jacoby Keeney James at the Liberty 40 tried to reel that one in, but that was well defended. Rather, it was Harding. And it's 2nd and 10 with the clock stopped and 1:16 remaining.
Yeah, trying to float that one on a 9 route that time from T.Y. Harding here on the near sideline and just overthrew him a little bit, and it was probably a good thing with the amount of coverage. Like Adam said, double coverage, just another safety was also coming across the top of the field.
2nd and 10, Minutemen from their own 25. We're tied at 28 apiece, 1:16 to go. The tight end Mazzotti in motion from right to left, 2 receivers to either side. They're going to fake the run. Now Hairston's going to keep it around the right end. He'll get to the 30-yard line for the gain of 5. And looks like Liberty's going to use their first timeout, as Gary Patterson tells us.
Timeout. Please reset the game clock to 1:09. 1:09.
And the game clock operator, Dennis Desmond, does just that. So 3rd and 5, Minutemen. They're at the Liberty 30. 1:09 to go. The Minutemen do have all 3 timeouts remaining, but you really want to get the first down here, not have to go back on defense, and not have to risk something happening on special teams.
Yep, and that's exactly why Liberty calling the timeout, stopping the clock with it 3rd down. If UMass isn't able to pick up the first down, give themselves about just under a minute of time on the clock with 1 timeout, which would be 1 timeout remaining if they, would use another one if it's not an incomplete pass. But, let's not think that way. Offense for UMass. Here we go, 3rd and 5. You put yourself in an opportunity that, you can run the ball if you want. We've seen UMass, the way that they've been running the ball today, have been averaging rushing the football over 5.5 yards a carry.
Hairston still the quarterback. He's 10 of 21 for 124 yards, splitting time with Haston, who has run for 62. Liberty shows blitz. 3rd and 5 from the 30. Minutemen need their own 35. 2 receivers to the far side right, 2 to the left. Hairston drops back, steps up, throws over the middle. It's caught across the 40 to the 45. Jacoby Keeney James with a big catch and a gain of 15. That'll move the sticks as we tick near a minute to go.
What a catch by Keeney James, reaching out and just snagging that ball. It looked as if the safety was coming up to get a pick on that one, but Keeney James able to grab it, pull it in, keeps this drive alive for the Minutemen.
Clock ticks inside a minute in this tie ball game. Hairston on first down, throws left, and it is knocked away from Mazzotti, the tight end. It's incomplete. As they had Eldrick Griffin, a safety man over there, to knock it away. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, that time Hairston lucky as he was zoomed in on Mazzotti the entire time, and that time Griffin, he didn't look at the ball, he just stared at Mazzotti and blocking that, but if he turns his head towards Hairston, that could have been dangerous.
So it's 2nd and 10 from the UMass 45 for the Minutemen with 44 seconds left. We're tied at 28 apiece. They go with a tight formation to the left, split a receiver to the right. Hairston drops back to pass, looks left, throws, it's behind the receiver, and a flag comes out. They're going to say Dexter Ricks is guilty of either holding or pass interference on Harding. And the Minutemen are going to get a first down and creeping closer to field goal territory with 40 seconds left.
Pass interference, defense, number 20. We had automatic first down at the spot of the foul. First down.
Yeah, that's an easy call for the official. I mean, Ricks was definitely there early, hitting T.Y. Harding in the back going down. Both officials toss out their flags. Not a huge gain for UMass, but what it does, it gives them a first down.
Ball at the 47 of Liberty. That's 10 penalties now against the Flames. Clock stopped at 40 seconds left. Hairston remains the quarterback. They bring Galban in motion from left to right. Hairston drops back to pass under pressure, gets rid of it. It's caught at the 35, close to the 30 by Mazzotti, the tight end. The Minutemen pick up about 15 more yards. The clock continues to, or will roll after they move the sticks with 33 seconds remaining. Griffin, the tackler, They need one more play here to get within Lurie's range. 25 seconds left. On first down, quick throw left side, caught by Mazzotti, lowers the shoulder at the 25, inside the 25 to the 23. Clock runs, 15 seconds left. Don Brown's going to use a timeout.
Timeout, UMass. The first charge timeout of the half, 30-second timeout.
Well, the Minutemen came into this game, Matt Goldstein, looking like they were up against it. Tyson Pumachan, the starting quarterback, done for the year. They've gone with this rotation of young quarterbacks,
Game clock to 18
Haston and Harrison,
1-8.
and both have done things well. But how about a
Thank
true
you.
freshman out here engineering a potential game-winning drive against an opponent that's just been absolutely brutal in the Minutemen the last 5 years?
And what a job by Hairston. Not only the effort that he had, but remember, he came out hot. He was 5 of 5 throwing the football, then 7 straight incompletions, and then able to rebound and find a rhythm throwing the football. And he's been spreading it around to different receivers. They're getting the tight end, Dominic Mazzotti, involved here on this last drive. And remember, you're still kicking into this wind, and Jacob Lurie, his field goal that was into the wind that had some distance on it was 42 yards. From right here at him, you're looking at a 40-yard field goal. So UMass definitely within Lurie's range into this wind, but would like to see some more positive yardage.
First and 10, or rather second and 1 from the 23 for UMass. Haston back at a quarterback, hands it up the middle. Hester's got the first down. On the left side, clock runs down to 10 and 9, and they're going to call timeout with 10 seconds left.
Timeout, UMass. That's their second charge timeout of the half, 30-second timeout.
Now, Matt, the ball's going to be on the left hash mark. We saw one of the other field goals, or the other field goal that Lurie kicked was from this side, and it kind of sliced to the right toward the upright. It made it through. So is this a play where you try the field goal right now with one more timeout, or do you try to position the kick in a position where Lurie feels comfortable?
Well, I think right now when Don Brown's talking to Lurie, where does he want the ball? And, you know, it is a decision because you can't snap here, and the reason you potentially kick right here at him is if for whatever reason there's a bad snap or something goes awry, you can take the knee, whatever, recover it, and you still have a timeout to call. Or you try to set it up exactly where Lurie wants, make it a little bit closer for him to go out there and kick the field goal. So we'll see what Don Brown elects to do, whether he sends him out now with a little insurance if they need it, or do they run one more play?
Lurie's 12 of 18 on field goals this season. Hit a 42-yarder earlier in the game in the first half. And it looks like the offense is going to run one more play. Minutemen need to hang on to the football in this chilly day. 3rd and 1 from the 23. 10 seconds left. Minutemen in Liberty territory in a 28 all tie. Minutemen in a tight formation. Hastings is going to keep it himself and head toward the middle of the field. And that's going to make it 4th down at the 25. And UMass a call timeout with 3 seconds left.
Timeout, UMass. That's their third.
And they're going to go for a potential
30-second
game-winning field goal right here.
Yep, and he lost a couple of yards actually while trying to center the ball for Jacob Lurie. So now some pushing and shoving going on. And if you're UMass, you got to calm your players down. And you can see they're holding each other back. If you cannot take a penalty because of the wind right now, you are right on the fringe of Jacob Lurie, comfortable range. This is going to be a 43-yard field goal at him.
Officials did a good job separating the teams there. The holder for UMass is the punter, C.J. Kaloji. The long snappers, Jackson Marks. The ball's going to be just about in the middle of the field, a little shaded to the left. Jacob Lurie, the Vanderbilt transfer, going to come on to try this 42-yard field goal, 43-yard field goal officially, with 3 seconds left to try to win the game.
We saw the one from 42 probably had an extra 2 to 3 yards on it. Right now, same kick, Jacob.
All right, we're set to go. And now Liberty's going to use one of their timeouts, one of their 2 timeouts to make Lurie think about this. All right, Matt, you kicked. Does that work?
You know, it affects people differently. I'll just say it that way. Some don't mind it. I honestly didn't mind it. It actually gave you a little bit more time to settle in, kind of reline up, walk exactly what you want from your steps. Others makes you think about it. You just want to get out there and go. So it really just depends on the kicker. Either way, I mean, you know the stakes. I mean, as a kicker, it's, you know, you're going out there, you're the hero, the GOAT, just like a closer in baseball. You know you're going to have to go out there and face the pressure of the situation. And, you know, right here, would love to see Jacob Lurie conquer that and put this one right between the uprights.
Lurie gets set to try a 43-yard field goal to win the game for the Minutemen. Snap, ball down, kick is up, it is on the way, and it is no good, wide right. We're going to overtime. It never got very high into the air. Lurie looks like he can't believe it. He looks despondent, but head up, Jacob. You may be needed later in this overtime session.
Yep, and
That is the end of regulation.
now you talked about on that 42-yarder how it sliced a little bit to the right, and that one from 43, as we were getting a look at it, just misses and would have been good from probably 45 yards.
Had the leg, but
It had the leg.
skittered right.
Yep, moved right. And, you know, we've seen this a couple times for, you know, UMass late in games earlier this year. Jacob Lurie missed a field goal that in overtime, and then, you know, Northern Illinois was able to kick the field goal in overtime, or excuse me, Miami, Ohio, and they made the field goal in overtime that got that. So UMass is in this. Now can they finish it?
So here's what's going to happen. We'll have a coin toss at Liberty calling it, and the winner can determine whether they want the ball first or what end they want to go to. Each team will get a chance to possess the ball unless the defense scores, of course. Each team's going to get one timeout per overtime session. Both teams are going to go in the same direction, by the way, so I imagine they're going to want to go with the wind at their back. And if somehow we get to the third overtime, then we're down to 2-point conversions. They've changed some other things about the rules about when you can go for two or not after the first possession. Let's listen in to Gary Patterson, the referee.
Each team will get one possession unless the team on defense first scores a touchdown on that play. We've got each team will have one timeout. Each team has a challenge left. The first overtime, if you score a touchdown, you can go for two or kick. Second overtime, if you score a touchdown, you got to go for two. Third and subsequent overtimes, you have it's a 2-point competition. So you have the winner of the toss will have a choice between offense, defense, or end of the field. Liberty, your visitor, therefore you call the toss. We have a heads and we have tails. What's your call going to be? It's called tails. It's tails. You've won. You want defense? All right, he wants defense. Which end of the field do you want to play on? Okay.
So Liberty's won the coin toss. They've elected, is just like in baseball, you want the last up. So UMass will get the ball first at the 25. And they will be going with the wind at their back at the end zone down to our right in a 28-28 game. And Matt, through 60 minutes, these two teams are darn near even offensively. UMass finished regulation with 401 yards, Liberty with 398.
I mean, a very evenly matched game all game long, and, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. UMass has had their opportunities and just haven't been able to fully take advantage of them early on in this one when they went for it on fourth down inside the 10-yard line. Then same thing, they got stopped inside the 10-yard line again, had to settle for a field goal on that one. And, you know, then it looked like UMass was going to win the game, get Liberty off the field, but a pass interference call. You know, it's gone back and forth, but either way, it's tied. Both teams in the same situation right now. It's going to be who makes the play.
Well, the Minutemen will have possession first. Shadows creeping in. Lights are on here at McGurk Alumni Stadium. Harrison hands it off. Big run up the middle. Jalen John to the 10, to the 5. He's down to the 2. Just a little quick hitter up the middle. And John with a burst puts UMass on the doorstep.
Well, just like the first quarter, Jalen John busting off a run. Here he goes on the first play of overtime.
Minutemen go quick. Up the middle. John pushes forward, and he is in. Touchdown, Minutemen! Bang, bang, go to Minutemen. 2 plays, and they've taken a 34-28 lead in the first overtime.
Well, that's the way you say come start out fast, and that's exactly what UMass did. Jalen John up the middle, the exact same play. Give it to John up the middle. Good job by the offensive line, getting enough push, and then Jalen driving those legs, crossing the goal line into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now Lurie's got to put that missed extra point, or a field goal rather, out of his mind on this extra point attempt.
Ruling on the field was a touchdown. Previous play is under further review.
Now the officials will ice it.
Yeah.
Nathan Strauss, what are you seeing down there?
Well, UMass really has been using 3 different running backs today and really 2 running options at QB. And Jalen John, who started off the hottest, was the one who oftentimes took a back seat in the second half. And John out of the gates with a terrific design run. And I think they used a little head fake there from A.J. Hairston to open up that gap. I think it was the B gap that he went through. And it worked to perfection. They went fast. They tried to push it in. And we'll see what this call looks like. But I'm a huge fan of going right back to the run after being forced into passing situations in more or less the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's a good point, Nathan. John now 15 carries, 119 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Matt, without a camera right on the goal line, there's going to be darn near impossible to tell whether or not he was in.
It is, and they're going to be looking, did his knee go down before the ball crossed the goal line? And I haven't seen anything on the angles that we see up here in the booth that would overturn this call on the field.
If you're just joining us, we're in overtime here at McGurk Alumni Stadium. For the moment, UMass has a 34-28 lead.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Yeah, there's no way that they could tell without a camera on the goal line, directly on the goal line, whether or not he was in. But he was in, according to the officials. And now Lurie's got to hit this extra point to make this a 7-point game. He just missed a 42-yard field goal that would have won the game at the last play of regulation. Crowd goes down to a hush. It's up. It hit the right upright. It's no good. Son of a gun.
Oh, boy.
He hit the right upright solid about 2/3 of the way up and leaves the door open for this Liberty team.
Well, it's a total team effort, and you need to win in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams, and we've seen definitely some miscues in special teams today. The roughing the punter in the end zone for UMass that would have given UMass with the shanked punt, the ball on the probably 20-yard line going in. Missed field goal for the game winner, and right there, the missed extra point. But hey, they could be all for naught right here if defense is able to shut down this Liberty offense.
They'll go toward the same end zone the UMass Minutemen did from left to right. Down now 6. Salter with 2 running backs behind him out of the pistol. Fakes the handoff, drops straight back to pass. Now he's flushed out. There he goes across the 25, cuts left to the 20. He runs out of bounds about 2 yards short of the first down at the 17-yard line. Salter, the quarterback, has run for 14 attempts for 54 yards. Minutemen just scored in overtime but missed the extra point. This is 2nd and 2 from the 17 as Liberty looks to potentially win the game. They hand it off. Cooley up the middle to the 10 to the 5, lowers the shoulder inside the 5, 1st and goal Flames.
Well, you've got to forget about that missed extra point and the momentum that it does to you defensively for UMass right now. You still have an opportunity to get the spot. And remember, if Liberty scores, they still have to make the extra point as well.
1st and goal from the 5. Liberty down 6 in the overtime. They'll just hand it off. Cooley on the left side pushes his way forward, and he's in. Touchdown, Liberty. Quinton Cooley on the left side just lowered the shoulder on his 20th carry of the afternoon. And Liberty is an extra point away from stealing one from the UMass Minutemen.
Heartbreaker for UMass.
Well, it ain't over yet.
It's not over.
How about a blocked extra point and a 2-point return the other way?
I would take that all day.
Karhu, the kicker, on. He's missed one PAT this season. Snap, ball down, kick is up, and it is good. Liberty beats UMass 35-34, and a great effort by the Minutemen, but they come up a buck short.
That's a tough way to lose a game. The way that you battled throughout this game and led for most of the way. At time you had to come back. Great drive by your true freshman quarterback, and had an opportunity to win it at the end of regulation. You miss a field goal, and then you miss an extra point, and that's the difference in this ball game.
Well, the Liberty series comes to an end with the Flames winning 6 out of 7. And I heard one time the great Cowboys radio announcer Brad Sham say that a tough Cowboys loss tasted like sardines and sour milk, and that seems pretty appropriate today. Minutemen fall to 2-8. Liberty goes to 7-2. And we'll be back with the Emerson Insurance postgame show in a moment on the UMass Sports Network from Learfield.